Oh dear, bigger disaster for Lucasfilm than I previously thought. Lando, which was the series following Lando Calrissian, which was announced years ago and we haven't heard or seen anything about it. The showrunner, who spent a fairly long time working on it, has now exited, and it puts Donald Glover and his brother Stephen in charge. Because that works out great all the time when you have the star writing the show. Dear, oh dear. So this is genuinely fascinating stuff. I don't know why they've decided to do this. Because this has been in the can, supposedly, for years. So, interesting. Let's take a look. The Lando series, we've been hearing about for years, apparently is now moving forward at Disney+. Again, I'll believe it when I actually see it. This is never going to get made, and if it does, it's still going to be garbage. But apparently the project has gone back to the drawing board completely, with the star and his brother as the writing team. Weird. Really, really weird. So, yeah, Donald Glover is going to be writing the series with his brother Stephen. Don't understand. I honestly don't understand why. Now, that comes after the former showrunner has exited. This is the report from Variety. So Donald and Stephen Glover have signed on to write Lucasfilm's Lando series, Variety has confirmed. News first broke of a Lando Calrissian limited series in the works in December of 2020. This is what I mean, years. So Justin Simien was going to be attached to the project, and he was attached to the project, and he recently came out and said, yeah, we did loads of work, everyone loved it, don't know what's going on there, I haven't heard anything for years. So that was odd, but he is now no longer attached. Variety has been told that Donald and Stephen Glover are now going to be writing the series. Simien most recently directed Disney's Haunted Mansion. So whether this is them penalising him for that, I guess, I don't know, because that's not looking like it's going to be a massive success. But then that's not, strictly speaking, his fault. That's everyone's fault. It's just Disney's fault, to be fair. Yeah, this is bizarre. So the deal itself with Donald and Stephen Glover was done before the writer's strike, but it means they still can't work on it. So this is not going to get worked on. This is not coming anytime soon. They're releasing some information as if this is going to be like a massive, slam dunk success and it's going to get started. It's not. So, very bizarre. And no one cared about Donald Glover either as this character. No one cared. At all. So in April, Donald had opened up and said, I'd love to play Lando again. It's a fun time being him. It just has to be the right way to do it. Time is precious. The past couple of years, this pandemic, it really had people experience time. People realise their time is valuable. You only get so much. I'm not interested in doing anything that's going to be a waste of my time or just a paycheck. I'd much rather spend time with people that I enjoy, and it just has to be the right thing. And I think it could be. Lando is definitely somebody I'd like to hang out with. Fine, sure, whatever. But then again, interestingly, they've got an overall deal at Amazon as well. But again, make no mistake, guys, this is never happening. This is never happening. Ever. And even if it does, who cares? Who cares? Above the Line originally reported this. I don't know if they've got anything further to add on it, if I can remember rightly. It must be something to do with this Haunted Mansion business. It would have to be. Now, it's interesting, the whole Haunted Mansion thing, because at the time I thought that was going to be something which, Justin Simien had agreed to do so he could do the Lando series. Normally, what happens is they sign on to one thing and then they get another. It's like one for me, one for you type thing. But maybe Haunted Mansion was the thing he wanted to do. And so he signed on to do Lando instead. Or maybe it's not that at all. And, Disney saw Haunted Mansion and have chose to axe his time on the project. I don't know. But this is the interesting thing. So Thursday, Simien's response to the question of whether he's still attached to Lando. This was Thursday. So quite recently. Well, not just Thursday gone. This was, it was last Thursday because I did a video on it. I'm attached, I think, but I don't really know. The last thing I was told was that they loved it. Apparently not, mate. But they needed to put a pin in it until they could figure out everybody's availability. I haven't investigated further, but I'm not an idiot. It seems like I develop things with these companies, and they just never happen for reasons unknown. It was because they don't love it, obviously, mate. Clearly. Very, very clearly. Now, apparently, above the line, since learned that Simeon has actually been off the Lando series since last summer, allegedly, when he bowed out to continue focusing on his directing duties for Haunted Mansion. Why would you... Maybe, again, I'm positing lots of various bits and pieces. Maybe he just didn't want to work with Donald Glover, because this kind of attitude here, you know, wasting my time, would be with people I enjoy, blah, blah, blah. Maybe Donald Glover's a bit of a drama queen. That's what it comes across like. Why would you bow out to focus on Haunted Mansion? Unless something's causing you a bit of strife and trouble. So Lucasfilm were eager to move forward with the project. Executives reached out to Donald Glover, who often writes with his brother, Stephen, and the siblings agreed to board the project together, and their take is said to have Lucasfilm brass excited. Well, so was the previous one. Apparently they loved it. This is all nonsense. So it's worth noting that Glover's involvement has been top secret for months, as they signed on well before the WGA strike and haven't performed any work on the project. Since writers took to the picket lines of May 2nd, Simeon was likely simply towing the company line with his affirmative response to THR, not wanting to make waves on the eve of his new film's premiere in theatres. Well, that's done now, because it's out now, so... Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We're talking about it. That's as much as I can say without Kathleen Kennedy hunting me down. I'd love to play Lando again. Yeah, this reeks of sort of underhandedness, but that's not, you know, Lucasfilm are no stranger to that. What do you guys think? I still don't think this is going to happen, and if it does, goodness me, it's going to be crap. I don't care for Donald Glover or Stephen Glover's writing, quite frankly. Anything to do with Lucasfilm Star Wars doesn't get me excited anymore. But what do you guys think? I'd love to hear it. Fascinating turn of events. Let me know down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.